guys, and welcome to my channel. I am Crystal, and this is Homemaking on the Homestead. And today, I don't even really have like this concrete plan for my video. So what I decided was to take bits and pieces. I got a couple things I want to show you and chat with you about, and take bits and pieces of my week. And yeah, so there's a reason why my video is ending up this way, and I've got lots more to talk about, Thanksgiving and all kinds of fun things. So for right now, ladies, grab your coffee and let's chat. So first off, I want to say happy December, and I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. We did. We just had a very quiet day, but it was really, really nice. But of course, I was busy with my kids and my family and things like that, and I just did not have time that week to post a video. Then I was going to do a community tab post on Friday to let you guys know that I wasn't going to post a video. That didn't even get done, and as I sit right now, I still have comments I need to reply to. I'm just trying to get back on my feet again. So, you know, sometimes we deal with things and it's not like we want to make these things huge public, knowledge or issues or whatever, but I do have some digestive issues. Apparently, something I ate over all the holidays triggered a big flare-up for me, and so it just kind of threw me under the bus for a couple of days. As I'm filming right now, it's Tuesday. I am doing much, much better. I feel like I'm past all of it now, and when things like that happen, I end up feeling so frustrated, and basically I just needed to rest and let my body work through the situation, and which I did. So today is just a little bit of just sharing with you a little bit from my week this week, and a little bit of my daily things and what I've been cooking and what I've been doing, and just being a homemaker and enjoying this first peaceful week of December. On Thanksgiving Day, my husband helped put the tree up, which we have an artificial tree, so it's just connecting all the pieces and plugging it in. And that was nice. It kind of definitely gave, and is giving things a nice holiday vibe. As of right now, I still haven't even decorated it. That is usually something I do with my grandkids, because they love to come down, and we will spend an afternoon baking cookies and drinking hot cocoa and putting the ornaments on Grandma's tree. Let's talk about Advent. Does anybody do anything for Advent? I never remember really being like having a very focused Advent time during December for my kids. We had favorite things that we did. I had a collection of Christmas movies, some just traditional, some about the birth of Christ. I had a stack of Christmas books. Oop, can I get it in here? I had quite a large stack of Christmas books, and so it was always my tradition that we would pull out the Christmas books in December and begin reading them. That was kind of what our tradition, so it wasn't necessarily an Advent like you do one thing each night. I was on Instagram recently. If you don't follow me on Instagram and you have an Instagram account, please go over there and check it out. I try hard to post every day in the stories, so I kind of have a little theme where I put up the day of the week, and then sometimes I'll share the things I have done for the day. Other times I just share things that I find on Instagram. Well, I found the one, this one that said, for Advent, beginning December 1st. Now, even as I film this, it's past December 1st. But the idea is that you read one chapter a day from the book of Luke. And Luke has 24 chapters, so it's very fitting. And this way, it gives you an understanding. By the time you get to the end of Luke, it gives you, your kids, an understanding of who and why we celebrate Christmas. So anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there for you guys, for anybody that might like to do that. And it would be super simple to catch up on. You could just do 2 a day until you are up to the proper day. But if you have any Advent traditions that you enjoy doing, I would love to hear them or share what are some of your favorite things you do during this holiday season. Another tradition that I used to do every year faithfully is send out a family Christmas letter. And then life got busy and things, time goes by, and then it got to be hit and miss, which it is still hit and miss. So that was another thing I did. I took time to write out my Christmas letter this year. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm hoping to get that finished and be able to get those addressed and sent out here soon. Do you do a Christmas letter? Do you send out Christmas cards? Before I leave the topic of Christmas traditions, I have something I want to share with you and talk to you guys about, because this just, surprised me, I guess, is the best way to put it. I think we're all familiar with the song, Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire, or that line. I'm going to spare you guys the misery and agony, and I'm not going to sing it. But I think you probably know the song. I always had this impression that chestnuts had to be something amazing, because why would they include that in a holiday Christmas song if it wasn't something really great, right? So my husband and I were in Costco, 2-3 weeks ago, and we came across this. Roasted chestnuts, shelled and ready to eat. Wow, here is an opportunity to try them and see how amazing they are, because they have to be. There's a song after them, right? Well, we opened a bag and tried them, and they were literally the worst thing that I had ever tried. They were awful. And I could not believe how bad they were. They're soft, they're mushy, they're not that flavorful. So, of course, I had to go online, figure this out. Is there a history I'm missing here? Is there something I'm missing here? And, of course, there was. So, apparently, the American chestnut tree was very prolific all up and down the East Coast and into the Southwest. And it, at one time in the United States, in the early 1900s, was the most prolific tree. When I say prolific, I mean like they were everywhere. It was the number one tree. And the nuts that came off of those trees were small, they were fairly sweet, and they were plentiful. So they were used in recipes, from stuffing to desserts to all kinds of different things. And they were incredibly popular. Probably based on the fact that they were so readily available to so many people. Very common and very popular Christmas tradition that they would take these little tiny chestnuts, they would roast them over a fire, like on the streets of New York City and big cities, and the smell was apparently wonderful. And for many people at that time in history, it was the smell of Christmas. And you could buy little bags of them, and they were just very much enjoyed. The chestnut that we have today is absolutely nothing like that. And apparently a blight came in after bringing chestnut trees in from a different country. It also brought a blight in with it, and it wiped out at that time, the entire population of American chestnut trees. In reality, we don't even know what those chestnuts tasted like, and that would make more sense as to why we have a song about how wonderful they are. Because if this was my example of how wonderful they are, let me tell you, ladies, don't bother if you see them. Unless you're a person that likes them, and there's no criticism if you are. For me, they were awful. Husband tried them. He did not like them. My daughter tried them. She did not like them. My father-in-law tried them. He did not like them. There's your chestnuts roasting on an open fire history lesson for today. With my freshly ironed apron, I was ready to get into the kitchen and make some dinner. I was planning a super simple meal, and it started by making some rice. I always tend to brown my rice in a little bit of oil and then add the water, cover, simmer about 20 minutes, and add a little salt. And it always turns out perfect. For this dinner tonight, I was planning on making a burrito bowl, taco bowl type of thing. I was going to use 2 jars of my own home canned hamburger, and each one has probably a little bit less than a pound in it. I started by just kind of removing some of that fat. It looks like there's a lot, but it's not. It kind of just slides down around the edge, and there's the hamburger still above that. So anyway, I removed that. I drained it and sauteed up about a half of a small onion, and I cooked that until the meat was just kind of simmering and hot. I added my taco seasonings. I also added a little bit of extra water to it, tasted it. It needed a little bit more taco seasoning, and it needed some salt. And then to assemble this was super easy. I just put some rice on the plate. Then I added the taco meat to that. I did a little bit of cheese, sour cream, and salsa on the top, and this turned out really good. And literally, because I already had my meat cooked, it just went together so fast. And don't forget to let me know down in the comments, what are you guys having for dinner tonight? Alrighty, last week, a few days before Thanksgiving, I took a quick trip to the new Goodwill that's in that's not far from us, actually. It's pretty surprising because it's a small town, but they put in a brand new Goodwill, and it is really nice. I really like it a lot, and I've been wanting to stop in there, and finally did, and found a few things. And among those things that I found, because the first thing I'll always do is go to the cookbook section, and I found the Fannie Farmer cookbook. This is an old-time cookbook. This one in particular is the 1976 edition. The cookbook has been around since the late 1800s, early 1900s. It was originally written by Fannie Farmer herself, and it came out as the Boston Cooking School cookbook. So what I really love about the cookbook is basic, doesn't have a bunch of photos. It has some drawings in the book and stuff like that, but it is just filled with basic, simple recipes, and it will move to even more complex recipes. But, if you don't know how to make a pie, get her book. If you don't know how to make gravy, get her book. It's just, I love books that just teach women how to cook. It's like a dying art. Everything's a package of this, and pre-mixed seasoning packets, and that's okay. Sometimes we need those things, but I think we've lost the art of knowing how to cook in this country for so many young women, and getting a nice set of cookbooks in the thrift store is a great way to build up your cooking arsenal and help you to learn to cook better if you're not there, or if you know somebody that would appreciate that, to help them out. She was the original woman who wrote down in cookbooks standardized measurements. I think prior to that, in the 1800s, recipes did not include 3 cups of flour, 2 tablespoons of this, 2 teaspoons of this. She went to the Boston Cooking School. She became the assistant to the director, and eventually she became the principal of the school. In that time period, a lot of those cooking schools were for servants, and because a lot of people had household help. So for servants that were going to be cooks in somebody's house, they could go to those schools and learn how to cook. Well, in 1902, she created her own school called Miss Farmer's School of Cookery, with her aim to teach everyday women and housewives how to cook. And of course, there has been many, many updated versions since then. I'm looking at the price here. It cost me $7.99, which I thought was a pretty good deal. I mean, I could see that paying that on the website Thrift Books. Okay, ladies, I hope that you enjoyed today's video. A little bit of coffee, a little look at my homemaking week, and that you were at least encouraged, inspired. I really appreciate each one of you so much. It truly is an honor and a blessing to me when all of you ladies come around and you comment, and I have made so many friends and new ladies showing up all the time commenting. It's been really nice. I feel like it's a true blessing in my life, and it's wonderful, and I thank you very much. So, you know, if you want to leave a comment to me, please do. I would love to hear from you. Anything on anything I talked about, let me know. I pray that your day today is peaceful and that you have an amazing weekend and week ahead, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye-bye.